from start to finish at a very high level. Very, very proud of our guys and very, very impressed with Rutgers. And they won some of the battles, we won some of the battles, but fortunately, we won the war. And every guy contributed in one way or another. And I'm very, very happy.
Questions?
Coach, what do you think Nigel just holding the ball for, I think, what, 15, 20 seconds at the end there and just knocking down the three to kind of secure the game?
Yeah, I kind of like that.
You had some, oh, go ahead.
No, it's good. You know, basketball is a very simple game. It breaks down to two things. One, put the ball in the basket. Two, keep the other team from putting the ball in the basket. And you have to work really, really hard at both. At the end of the game, everybody's exhausted. Nigel is a fantastic three-point shooter. He did not have his normal great shooting game tonight. He struggled in the first half to make a shot. But I told him at halftime, keep shooting. The chances are with guys like him and Isaiah, they can have a bad period, 5, 10 minutes, 15 minutes or half. But by the end of the game, chances are everything is balanced out and they make big plays.
I want to ask in general about the guards. I mean, there was a lot of attention on the matchup of Omer and Omiyuri, but then...
And how was that matchup?
That was interesting. That was fun to watch. But yeah, if you could talk about that matchup and then how the guards really came to the rescue when you guys were down by 11.
Yeah, that's like, I'll use the expression, like two sumo wrestlers. They're down on the low block in the paint, wrestling for every inch of the court. And Amari is a big time athlete, incredible length and jumping ability. And I think Norshad, played him to a standstill. Oh, he's not as tall, but he's such a workhorse. He's a relentless worker. And our guards, on the other hand, when Bensley Joseph came in the second half, everything changed. He was awesome. Defensively, he picked up our defense. Offensively, he got other guys involved. He made a couple of key baskets himself, a layup, a little jumper. And you don't have to score double figures to have a huge impact. You can do it in a lot of ways. He had a steal, a rebound, a block shot. How about the block shot to end the half? A guy goes coast to coast, he's got a layup, and then all of a sudden he erases it, and they don't score to end the half. So tremendous effort on his part. And then, as I said with Nigel, he got off to a slow start in the first half, but when it came down to crunch time, and he was clutch. Made a layup, he hit that three, he made some very good defensive plays, and Isaiah was just Isaiah. He just does so many things well. Coach. And then Jordan Miller, oh man, he was like there was like two stories there. One, he was fantastic, and two, he made some silly mistakes. I'll tell you a quick story before the season started. He asked me the question, if I get a rebound, or if I have the ball in the open court, can I handle it and push it? And I asked him a simple question. Are you going to make a good decision or a bad decision? Are you going to turn it over or get an assist or a good shot? He said, no, I'm going to get an assist or a good shot. So I said, then do it. I'm not going to stop you from doing something you do well. And quite honestly, he does it very well every single day. So it's really, what do you call that when someone does some stuff that's not normal?
Uncharacteristic.
Uncharacteristically, he turned the ball over, went around his back, and it was a turnover. He dribbled the length of the court, and the guy stole it off him, and there was one more, where he rushed one and ended up a turnover. But I'm not taking him out. The guy is great. He's a fantastic basketball player. Defending, rebounding, sharing the ball, scoring, driving. I mean, you gotta love him.
Coach, how do you think your team responded to the different zone looks that Rutgers showed you guys?
Yeah, it was kind of interesting because at the timeout, late in the game, we called a timeout and we said, we're going to run a certain play. But if they go to the 2-3 zone, we're running this. So as a player, I'm telling you, that's a real challenge. You got to remember what we're in, and then you got to read the defense as to what they're in, and then execute it. And what ended up happening, they switched to the zone instead of the man-to-man. North Shad set a flare screen for Isaiah. They jumped to guard Isaiah, of course, everybody does that. North Shad slipped that screen, and Nigel hit him. 15-foot jumper, nothing but net. Beautiful execution after a timeout.
And then I also want to ask about, AJ Casey and how he's really grown into this every game rotational player for your team.
Yeah, we didn't use our benches much tonight. That's something I desperately want to do, but, it's the game. I'm just trying to win the game. And when the game is over, we'll go back and look at it and see if we should have done anything differently.
Coach, it's a Wednesday night and it was a packed house here.
The crowd was fantastic, wasn't it?
Indeed.
After the game, my wife told me that the fans stood for like the last 4 or 5 minutes of the game.
They did.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's been building towards that. That shouldn't be a surprise to us now. It should be something we greatly appreciate and are very grateful for the support we're getting. The band was great, the cheerleaders, the dance team. We're really creating a home court advantage, and they're really our sixth man.
Anything else?
Coach, how important was it to get these 2 close wins ahead of your first ACC game on Sunday?
Yeah. Now we got to go on the road again. It's tough. I'm really happy that we get to take tomorrow off to rest and recover so that we can prepare for Louisville on Friday and Saturday before we leave for Louisville. Because if this was a quick turnaround, that just would have made this really, really tough.
All right, Coach, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, players take short.